Sup YouTube, it's Zone TCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel, you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. We just got back from the Utrecht Special Event. I got another top 32 finish, which is actually not bad. I was hoping for a conversion into top 8, but unfortunately my last match didn't go as planned. And with that being said, we're going to be checking out the results for the Utrecht Special Event with 1,107 players. This is the day 1 meta fields. We see Roaring Moon finally getting its most popular deck out there, as the chart shows that Roaring Moon is now a respectable deck finally in the end of this Paradox Rift Paldean Fates format. We also see Zone Giratina, second most popular deck, followed up closely by Charizard, then Gardevoir Lost Box, and then 8% unclassified, which means this is one of the later tournaments over at the Paradox Rift Paldean Fates format. People decided to play a lot of fun and rogue meme decks like Steelix that we saw on stream. We also saw a little bit of Reggie, so people were trying out the fun stuff, right? Then the rest of day 1 contained 7% chien-pao, 7% Miraidon, 6% Mew VMAX, 4% Gholdengo EX, 2% Italian VMAX, 2% Italian Valiant, actually Iron Valiant Entei. So interesting to see. All of these are less popular decks, but we see a lot of things that happen during the conversion rate to day 2. With that being said, be sure to check out our sponsors for today's video. There is dragonshield.com. Get 5% off using the coupon ZAPDOS5 over on the website. Get yourself sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. They are the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. There's also yourplaymat.com. You can get 10% off when you click that link down below to create your own custom playmat. Super nice for the 2024 rest of the season. There's also PoketownStore.com for your TCG Live needs. If you're looking for TCG Live code cards, you can get 5% off using the coupon ZAPDOSTCG over at PoketownStore.com. And last but not least is CARDMARKET.com for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe, and using the referral name ZAPDOSTCG helps support the channel. With that being said, what happens during the conversion rate? Bam, there we have it. Gardevoir sticks out as the most popular deck, with Roaring Moon as well. So the most popular decks were Roaring Moon and Gardevoir during day 2. I realized that as well because during my run with my own version of Roaring Moon, I actually faced off against 5 Gardevoir EX decks. I was able to beat all of them, which is actually super crazy. Cross Switch and Cologne is where the key is to win that matchup. So if you're not playing Cross Switch Cologne and Roaring Moon, you're probably not winning against Gardevoir unless they brick. Then the third most popular deck in day 2 was Charizard, and Zone Giratina up there as well. Mew VMAX joins the pie chart, and Lost Box sticks around with its conversion rate. So if we take a look at the day 1 field, all the exact same decks were there, so not a lot of things dropped off, to be honest. So pretty much the same. So let's take a look at the top 16 deck list. That's what you're here for, the Utrecht Special Event. Big shout out to Owen Cameraman. Winning back-to-back events is actually insane for every player out there. So Owen decided to play Mew VMAX, and it paid off, winning the entire event here. We do see it is going to be that Fusion Bell with Meloetta, Ice Cube as well, and with a couple of Lost Cities thrown in there as well. Lost City, Ice Cube, very, very strong against Gardevoir if they're not slapping down Manaphy in time. There's also the Box of Disaster helping a little bit against Roaring Moon, but this is a list hybrid a little bit with between like Turbo, Alessa, Sparkle, Meloetta, and then some late game disruption with One Path and Iono and a couple of judges. You do have Palpat to recover those disruption supporters. So big shout out to this is actually Mew VMAX's last run over in Europe. So we salute Mew VMAX. It has been a blast. People will be happy that it's gone. People will be sad that it's gone, but it was a deck. You cannot deny the dominant factor that Mew VMAX brought to the format ever since its release over at the Fusion Strike set. Second place was for Filippo Calamoria from Italy. So there was a lot of Italian dominance over here in that top 8 with 1, 2, 3 of them in the top 8. So let's check out this Roaring Moon list, shall we? It is playing the water package. Let's go. It's a small water package though, so still playing Research, still playing Iono and Judge, but they are playing some water energies, respecting the fact that Greninja can win yourself matchups. I would have loved to see a 1 copy of Canceling Cologne in here, definitely, because 4 Sealstone can definitely fetch that if need be. So there is that, and with 4 Tracking Shoe and a little bit of the hard draw supporters like Research, you can get your combo going nonetheless. So interesting list for sure. It's a little bit of a hybrid between my list with some water stuff and forest, and then the list from Ross Cotton. So a little bit of everything. I don't like the Pokemon catchers. Let me just phrase that. There are this is replacing the cross switchers in my build. I'm a big fan of cross switchers. Unfortunately, that card will rotate, but this is actually playing Pokemon catchers instead, because using Sada or a draw supporter on top of Gusting wins games. Mark my words. I also got clapped via Roaring Moon mirror match where the Pokemon catchers were ahead. Then toward Reklev getting 3rd place with Charizard box. This is the most unique deck you'll see ever, and it actually contains almost 30 if not more one-offs, and I cannot fit it on the screen. If you might think like you drop your binder, this is exactly what it looks like. This is actually Charizard binder drop with a lot of one-offs, and a 1/1 Urshifu VMAX Rapid Strike, a 1/1 actually 1/0/1 line of Pidgeot EX, a 1/1 line of Bibarel, a 1/0/1 line of Inteleon. There was a game at one point where they used the Mawile with Tempting Trap and used quick shooting for like 40 times to win games. I saw a lot of things with this list was insane. But it seems so hard to pilot and navigate your prize cards, right? There is a Peonia to fetch and check out your prize cards, I know, and 2 copies of Palpad to regain all of your one-off supporters, but this seems like a very insane list. You have to have like a really big brain to be playing this, because there's like literally almost anything in there. There's like Mew, Manaphy, Jirachi, Scovid, Mawile, Bidoof, Pidgey, Charmander, Sobble, Rotom, Squawkabilly. You can start with literally everything. It's gonna be ridiculous. There's a 4 Sealstone in here as well. But yeah, you're gonna be trying to do a lot of crazy things. There's even Yoga Loop. So it's Charizard and friends. The cool thing is that with Charizard, you can set up attackers like Medicham in 1 turn to Yoga Loop. You could set up an additional Fire Energy on the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX to then Rapid Attachment of the turn to just go for a G-Max Rapid Flow. So wow, this list just has it all. It's Charizard and friends. Even Torton allows you to transform an attacker of your choice. Like you can use the Infernal Rain, set up some energies on, let's say, a Rotom, and then you can Torton that Rotom into something else you want. So ridiculous. Big props to yeah, toward Reklev getting that a unique list, and it paying the way to like the creativity at the late phases of the game, of this format. Christian Sarnataro got 4 plays with chien-pao. This is a very streamlined chien-pao list. As you can see, it has been piloted by a lot of players already, and I actually got clapped with this during my last game in day 2. So they played really well, and they actually were not able to slap down like 2 prizers in a specific game. I recall where I had to attack like a weak HP Pokemon, so they did really well, and they got top 4 with this list. Having Iron Hands, having 2 copies of Vessel, seems like a very solid list. I think very similar to what Owen played during the last regional. So yeah, chien-pao is back once again. So Bolly, yeah, friendly follow from the UK, has of course Charizard, and this is a Charizard list playing Bibarel and the TM evolution. So instead of relying on Pidgeot EX and all that rare candy shenanigans, this list is a little bit more protected against TM Devo, which is great because you use TM Evo to evolve your Charmander and maybe even Bidoof into their evolution, which means you're protected a little bit against devolution, and which seems to be a part of the Lost Box decks, and some other Charizard lists are running it as well for the mirror match. This is, yeah, just Arven with Bibarel. Also, if you're playing a list like this, you can actually start playing it post-rotation if you just got the VIP passes for something like the Buddy Puffins, and off you go. You can start playing this list instantly. So, not bad playing a list like this to prepare yourself already for EOIC, the next big tournament coming over in Europe with post-rotation shenanigans. Alessandro backs with Pidgeot Control. This is only playing 2 copies of Snorlax, and you see this list has been piloted by more people before, but this is also playing Calamity's Wasteland to maybe trap some opponents that want to retreat if they have the opportunity to do so, and also having the Chiyu to proactively mill, Luxray to discard some stuff from the hand. There's Block Snorlax, of course. You can instantly win games with that if the opponent starts like Manaphy and doesn't have a way out. And there's Radiant Charizard, which can come at one point against the Giratina matchup. If they only have one Giratina up in play, you can slap that at one point, which is actually very solid. We've seen lists like this been successful time and time again. Also a very hard deck to pilot. 7th place goes to Oscar Madsen. I actually played this person as well. They had the fire starts against me time and time again. Seems like a consistent list without any like crazy attack cards. Roxanne seems cute. That seems nice. There's actually no Churro and all that. They just went for like 3 boss, 1 counter catcher, 1 choice, but that's it. No Defiance ban and all that stuff. No Vitality ban. No gloves for specific matchups. Just a consistent Charizard list that does the job, and it actually paid the way. They smacked me twice with it because it was their fire starts were insane. They had like VIP pass, and I had like the Rotom and the Forest Sealstone doing everything. So solid Charizard Pidgeot list. Then Brent Hermans from Belgium. Very nice to see a Belgian fella over in day 2. They're almost at their Worlds Invite, I suppose, but this is playing the exact same stick that they played in Dortmund, got 75th, and actually now they have the top 8 placement here. It looks like Giratina V-Star, no Manaphy in here, just Spiritomb, and then I also see 2 Pokegear, and actually they made the Ray for like 4 copies of Path to the Peak, and you also see the 3 Water Energies in here. So they cut down a little bit on the switching outs, like there's only 3 switch outs, although yeah, there's 3 switch outs and an escape rope, so I don't even know what they cut, but it does seem like a solid Tina list you see here and there. Some people like cut 1 Path to the Peak for something else. Some people actually go for like cutting down the Pokegears and adding in a 2nd copy of Cramorant and stuff like that. There's endless possibilities with a list like this. So Lost Giratina still performing well. James Cox bubbling out 9th place with Gardevoir. Like look at all these Gardevoirs. No Gardevoirs in top 8. So they all weren't able to convert. David Boy actually was the person that got 10th place. So let's check out James Cox's first list. We have, this is the same list they have been rocking with in Liverpool, in Dortmund, and Utrecht. So they have been doing really, really well with this exact 60. We do see Cresselia in here as well as Screamtail, but no Jirachi. So looks like they are not a fan of Jirachi in this 60. And for the stadium counts, we have Worker, Vacuum, Artisan, and Collapse. Even Collapse and Turo are nice ways to get rid of your 2-price Gardevoir EX against specific matchups, helping you win that game. But yeah, Gardevoir, let's see what David Boy has to offer. I was up against David Boy during, I think, around 13 or something like that. So it was nice playing against him. Very friendly fella. Has been playing since 2006 if I recall. I interviewed him as well on the vlog. Be sure to check out that vlog if you haven't already. So we have Gardevoir here. They are playing the Jirachi here. No Cresselia on this list. And they have made way for 2 copies of Avery, which is very, very good in that mirror match. Arthur, Truth Seller. I think I also played against this Gardevoir. I think so. I should check. So also a very similar list like things we've seen before. Everyone's playing Dization. Also 2 copies of Avery in here. So Avery was well represented in these Guardies list for the mirror matches. Darren Chi Hoongtang from the UK. Lost Box pile with Kyogre. So even an Miraidon here. That's something you don't see every day. I would just maybe cut this Miraidon altogether. But Miraidon does provide you with the additional item you need to start winning the game. You can get yourself Kyogre and Mirage Gate instantly with that Miraidon in the mid to late game if you want to get off that Kyogre. So personally, I would cut it for a 2nd energy recycler, but hey, that's just me. Other than that, the list looks perfect. You can attack with Roaring Moon, Frenzied Gouging, amp you very much with Iron Hands, and there's the late game Aqua Storm Sweep. Alright. Then we have Q Duck Dao from Germany with Zone Giratina. A list we see here is that it's playing 1 switch, 1 escape rope, 2 switch cards. So these are the switch outs. Sometimes people flip-flop between them. Some people play 4 switch cards. Some people play 2 switch cards. To escape rope. It all depends on your personal playstyle. They also have packed in the Avery and the Spiritomb, not only working out against Mew VMAX because we're in Europe, but also working out against our Roaring Moon because shutting off Galarian, Moltres V is very strong. Adam Hawkins again with a solid performance, top 16 with another Lost Box pile. This is actually Turbo Lost Box, still piloting Dragonite, but they also come packed with the Roaring Moon EX. Against specific matchups, the attack of Dragonite is better than a Frenzied Gouging, but then they have Galarian, Moltres V, and Dragonite being both targets for Forest Sealstone for the additional consistency. And this list, funny enough, is just going 2-2-2 and it's not playing any copies of Sableye. So that's definitely something to note word here. Alright, then Karel Martens, yes, from Belgium. You already know him. We have Miraidon here. This is actually a little bit of a hybrid. It's like only playing one peony, so there's that. But they also come back with like the Mew EX, Squawkabilly, all the good stuff to go a little bit more turbo mode. And they have 2 copies of Iron Hands, which is the main attacker against a lot of matchups out there. You just go for amp you very much ASAP. There's a Force Seal Stone, which you can equip onto either Raichu or Raikou, and then finding that double turbo energy is easy as pie. And there's also Electric Generator. You might think, why is Cobalion in here? Cobalion makes it possible to actually slap 30 more damage against basic Darkness Pokemon. Yeah, your basic Pokemon do the 30 more damage against Darkness Pokemon. That's what it is. So Raikou can easily one-shot Roaring Moons if they make sure that their bench space is like 4. They can still one-shot, which is actually the case in a lot of situations, and also could help against other situations. So as you see here, your opponent's basic basic Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Darkness Pokemon, meaning that you can also a little bit easier one-shot a Charizard EX with something like a Raichu. So good stuff for sure. They cut the Zapdos from Pokemon Go, but added in Cobalion instead, and it paid off miracles. Getting into top 16, and then the last of the top 16 is Attila Gidek from Netherlands, playing yeah, very funky Control Snorlax build with Drapion in there as well. So instead of like worrying about the Mew VMAX matchup they just said, I'm playing Drapion because most of the list will be DTE builds and they don't have Lost City, which means I can recover this with a Super Rod, with of course the Team Meowth chair as well. So yeah, it has a little bit of everything. Also, the Magma Basin to power up a Charizard out of nowhere with a double turbo energy can come out of nowhere to just take a lot of prize cards in combination with a Niono. So I've seen that before, where a Radiant Zard can run away with the game. With that being said, are there any interesting decks over in the top, yeah, and actually in day 2 here? I see Charizard, Tina, Moon. I want to see what the Moon is packing with. Is it Water Energies? No, it is the Turbo list with Pokemon catchers. I'm always afraid to see that. My Roaring Moon list is also here. If you want to see, check it out. I've actually yeah, converted in like 3 regionals in a row. So there is this list 60. Check it out for yourself. It's awesome. People might wonder why the 1 tracking shoe is in here. Initially I had 2 tracking shoe, but I cut that down for like a 5th stadium, and I have been rocking with the 60 ever since like December. So yeah, this is a solid list. Check it out for yourself if you are still playing this format. Also, there has been a Palkia list, so Bernardo Diaz with Palkia, playing that Alolan Vulpix. I did see that. They were sitting next to me. I did see that they got out the Alolan Vulpix, so that was a very insane tech against a lot of archetypes out there that don't have an answer for it. I think Alolan Vulpix will only get better as we go along with Escape Rope rotating, Cross Switcher rotating, so maybe this Snow Mirage is a thing post-rotation. We'll have to figure it out together. This is just Palkia with B-Barrel, as we did see it over all the way back in London 2022 at the World Championships there. Any other interesting list we take a look at? I think, yeah, we did see some chien-pao. Is this chien-pao also playing the, this is the exact same 60 as Christian Sarnataro, so the same 60 with the Lightning Energy. There's a Regis. Big shout out to Chris van Oegel being that Reggie player. Look at that. It's the classic Regis, man. I'm not making this up. This is Turbo Classic Regis with Research, Iono, and just playing the Turbo stuff with Artisan. Yeah, man, a 1-prize deck doing its stuff with less Lost Cities and lists. I definitely could see this shaping up to be the surprise of the format. And there has been Jelle van Kampen again with Goldango, top 64, nothing to laugh at because they actually were able to almost win a regionals with it, getting 2nd place. So still rocking that Goldango, Cross-Switch Cologne, just a busted combo. I definitely approve on this list. They have Spiritomb for the Mew VMAX matchup. There has a Clove as well in top 64. Look at that. Clove, Electrode, having that Scobit with the B-Barrel synergy right there. And instead of going for like the town stores, they go for 4 copies of Path to the Peak. So yeah, there's that. Path to the Peak, Hisuian Electrode Clove deck with Ionos. That's kind of scary. Yeah, also big shout out to Alexander Soleil from Belgium as well, playing his unique Urshifu Iron Valiant deck with Toy Catchers again, putting the opponent to a low HP, then gusting him up and stuff. It's actually a very, very crazy list for sure. Having Luminous Energy, which you're able to power up a Radiant Zard with, but also could help with the Gale Trust, or of course with the yeah, GMAX Rapid Flow, one of this energy, one of the Rapid Strike energy, and off you go. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the recap of the special event over in Utrecht. I actually had a blast. Be sure to check out the vlog if you haven't already to see a little bit of action going around as we play in that tournament as well. We played, we did our best. No top 8, but there's still another shot. I think the last big event that I'm going to be playing this season is going to be EOIC, so I'm preparing myself to the fullest. So let's see how it goes. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways to help support the channel. You have no idea. You get daily uploads, so definitely don't forget to ring that bell to get notified as well. There's also the sponsors, links down below. You can get some percentages off of stuff you're probably going to be buying anyhow because they're awesome. So be sure to use those coupons right here that you see on the screen. With that being said, I wish you all a very fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG awesomeness. Thanks for watching. Peace.